In this video, we're going to have a look at how to solve a word problem involving total surface area. So the question tells us we have a soup can that has a diameter of 7 centimeters and a height of 13.5. Part A wants to find the area of the metal sheeting corrected 2 decimal places that will be needed to make the can. And part B asks that a paper label is made for the outside of the cylinder shape of the can. How much paper in meters squared is needed for 100 cans? Give your answer correct to 2 decimal places. So when we have a word question, the first thing to make sure you have is a diagram. If you don't have a diagram, then you need to be drawing one. We have already been given a diagram, but it has no measurements on, so we'll go ahead and place those measurements on there. So we know that the soup can has a diameter of 7 centimeters. So 7 centimeters. Now while I'm doing that, I can know automatically that when I'm dealing with cylinders, I need to know the radius and not the diameter. So off to the side, I can go my radius is equal to 7 divided by 2, which is equal to 3.5. Now that will save me doing it later on. And then the second piece of information is that the height is 13.5 centimeters. So 13.5 centimeters, and that is the height of the cylinder. Now to answer part A, we need to find out how much metal sheeting is needed to make the can, correct to 2 decimal places. So what the question is asking us is what is the total surface area of that cylinder can? So to answer that, we need to work out the total surface area using the formula for the total surface area of a cylinder. So total surface area is going to equal to 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. Now because we're finding the total surface area of the whole can, including the side and top and bottom, I don't need to make any adjustments to that formula. So I can go ahead and substitute in my values. So that's going to equal to 2 times pi times my radius of 3.5 squared plus 2 times pi times 3.5 times my height of 13.5. And using a calculator, I can work out that the total surface area of that can is going to be 373.85 centimeters squared. So because the question is in words, I should provide my answer in words. So the can will require 373.85 centimeters squared of metal sheeting. And that is my answer for part A. So now I can move on and have a look at part B. So part B is asking about a label for the can. Now the label of the can is only going to be on the side of the can and not on the top and bottom of the can. So this is going to impact our calculation. So having a look at the formula for the total surface area of a can, it was 2 times pi times radius squared plus 2 times pi times the radius times the height. Now that can be broken into 2 parts. The 2 times pi times radius squared is going to give us the area of the circles at the top and the bottom. Now to answer part B of the question, we don't need the top and the bottom, we only need the sides. So we can get rid of that from our formula, and that leaves us with 2 times pi times radius h, which will give us the area of the side of the can, which is what we're looking for to answer this question. So using that part of the formula, we can go ahead and calculate the area of the label. So we can start off our calculations by writing down the formula that we're going to use. So label area equals 2 times pi times the radius times the height. Substituting in our values, it's going to be 2 times pi times 3.5 times 13.5, which using our calculator is going to equal 296.88 centimeters squared. Now, we don't want our answer in centimeters squared. The question is talking about meters squared. So we need to go ahead and convert that to meters squared. And we do that by dividing it by 100 squared. So the area of one label is going to equal to 0.029688 meters squared. And the question asks us to calculate the value for 100 cans. So we can do that by timesing that answer by 100. So 100 cans equals 0.029688 times by 100. And that is going to equal to 2.9, rounding up to 7. So 2.97 meters squared. So in total, 2.97 meters squared is going to be needed to make paper labels for 100 cans. And again, because it's a word question, we should be answering our final answer in words. So they will need 2.97 meters squared of paper to make labels for 100 cans. And that's an example of how we can solve word problems involving total surface area.